Hello and welcome to All Things Nitty's Crochet channel. This week's stitch is the climbing shell stitch. It is a beautiful 1 row repeat after 2 foundation rows. Your foundation chain will be a multiple of 4 plus 2, and you'll need to cast that loose because your first foundation row we're working into the back bumps. So yes, keep it quite loose. It also gives you this lovely V-stitch running down the side. It is completely reversible. This yarn that I'm using is some Crofters shade 0193 Benji. It's super soft. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm actually going to make a scarf with this. So I think I've chained 36 for this kind of width. Obviously keep going in multiples of 4 if you want to if you want it wider, sorry. I did do another example in some chunky yarn. I must admit it's not as nice in the thicker yarn. It's much prettier in the some thin cotton, but it is possible to make something else, a blanket or a little lap blanket with the chunky wool. Okay, so to begin our first foundation row, this is the work when it's facing you the correct way. What you're going to do is turn your work over and see those little, I'm going to show you here, see these little horizontal bumps here that run through your work there. We're going to be working our single crochets through the back bumps. Single crochet is a is a US term. It's a double crochet in the UK. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. Once you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next back bump, you're going to repeat. This whole first row, like I say, is all single crochet. So continue to do that all the way across the row, and I'll get you at the very end. You will be working into the last back bump. I'll get you there. Okay, so foundation row 2 begins with a chain 2. So chain 2 and turn your work. This chain 2 counts as your first stitch. We're then going to double crochet into the very first stitch that the chain 2 comes out of. So yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to skip 3 stitches, so skip 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th you're going to work a double crochet. So this is us beginning our little shell. So it starts with 1 double crochet, then 2 extended half double crochets, so yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 1, you're back to having 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 3. You're going to do that again, yarn over, into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. And then to end, you're going to end with a double crochet. So that's pulling through 2, pulling through 2. And that's your first little shell made. You're going to skip 3 and repeat. So skip 1, 2, 3 and repeat. So it's a double crochet, then 2 extended half doubles. So pull through 1, pull through 3, again yarn over, go into the stitch, you're going to pull through 1, then 3, and then a double crochet. Skip 3 and repeat. So you skip 1, 2, 3, a double crochet, 2 extended half doubles and a double. So that's your shell. Skip 3, 2, 3, work a shell. Once you have 4 stitches left, stop and I'll show you how to finish foundation row 2. So skip 3 and work your shell. Keep going. Okay, so once you have 4 stitches left, we're going to mirror what we did at the very start and make this little V. So to do that, in the very last stitch, you're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this last stitch, you're going to work a double crochet. In the last stitch, make sure you have your V, double crochet, and into the same chain there, you're going to work an extended half double crochet, and that matches your chain 2. So in the same stitch, extended half double crochet to end. So pull through 1, pull through 3. Okay, so that's your 2 foundation rows done. We're now going to move on to our pattern row, and this is the row that you repeat to make your project. Again, it starts with a chain 2, turn your work. Now, we're going to be working into the gap that the V stitch makes, not into the stitch. So into this gap here, you've done your chain 2, which is your half double, your extended half double, sorry. Into that gap, you're going to work a double crochet. Now, moving on to your shell, which is made up of 4 posts. In between the first post here and the second post, separate them slightly, and again, we're working into this gap here, not the stitch. So into that gap is where you're going to work your shell. So yarn over, go into the gap between the first and second post, work your double crochet. Into the same stitch, you're going to work 2 extended half doubles. So pull through 1, pull through 3, and another. And then end with a double crochet. Move on to your next shell. You don't chain anything, you just move straight over to this shell in between the first and second post. So right into this gap here, you're going to begin again. Work your double crochet, 2 extended half double crochets, and a double. That's the double, 2 extended, and end with a double crochet. Move on to your next shell. In this gap, repeat your pattern. Repeat your pattern in the next shell and stop, and I'll just show you how to finish the pattern row. So work your shell in between the first and second post all the way across the row. To finish your pattern row, once you've worked your last shell here, we're going to jump over to our little V stitch. In the gap between the posts, you're going to work a double crochet. And then to finish the row, into the chain 2, so we have, that was chain 1, chain 2, into this post, into that stitch there, right through the stitch, not under it. You're going to be through the stitch like so. You're going to work your extended half double crochet to end. Just make sure, it can be quite tricky, just make sure you have your V on before you finish. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. Repeat, chain 2, turn your work. That acts as your half double. Into the gap between the posts, work a double crochet. And then we move on to working our shell. So in between the first and second post, not into this stitch here, but you're going under it, repeat. So it's a double crochet, 2 extended half double crochets, a double crochet, repeat that again in between the first and second post, double crochet, 2 extended half double crochets, and then a double crochet. And that's all it is to the pattern row. Do it all across the row, and I'll just show you how to finish the row once more. So you're working your pattern in between the first and second posts all the way across the row. Okay, so finishing the end of the row, you're going to be working your first stitch in between those two posts. You're going to work your double crochet, then into the chain 2, so that was chain 1, chain 2. You're going to work your extended half double crochet. Just make sure you have both parts of the stitch. You have your little V, work your extended half double crochet. That's the pattern row. You'll repeat that until you are happy with your width, your length, sorry. Making sure that you finish your work on the wrong side, so your tail will be on the right side, and then I'll just show you how you finish this pattern. So continue working, finish on the wrong side, and I'll show you how you finish the pattern. It just gives you a straight edge. Okay, so now that you're finished, let's close the pattern. To do that, chain 1, turn your work. Your first stitch, we're working into the stitch, not the gap. You're going to work a single crochet. Now, working into the gap, under that, you're going to work a single crochet. Then, when you come to your shell and you have 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, the first 3, rotate your work in the back loop only. You're going to work 3 single crochets. So 1 single crochet in the back loop, 2, 3. Oh, I know, Chicky, my little cat is snoring away. And so we've done 3 in the back loop. Into the gap, we're going to work a single crochet through just right under the gap, then repeat. So it's 3 back loop only single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then into the big gap, and under that bar, you're going to work a single crochet. And that's it. So 3 single crochets into the bar, and when you come to the end, you'll work 1 single crochet here, and then 1 single crochet into the top chain there. And that was the climbing shelf stitch. Like I said, this yarn, it gives it an absolutely beautiful stretch, and it is reversible and so soft. I really liked how the sides turned out with the kind of linked up V stitch, and the top where you go in your back. You go 3 in the back loop and 1 under the bar. Just gives it a really lovely straight edge. Sorry, it's not. I'm still working through this. This is going to be a scarf. So, yeah, that was the climbing shelf stitch. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends, leave me a comment. The links for this yarn and the beautiful demonstration yarn is in the description box below, along with all my social media links. Please follow me there, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.